Being down 0-2, what do you tell your guys about the pressure of a game like this tonight?
I know our local guys have heard a lot. I don't want to be Captain Obvious here. They get it. They've gotten it. They know who they are. And it's unconditional, my respect for them. It's not going to hinge. Sometimes you can get so involved in the results. We live in such a result-oriented society, and that's part of it. Why is everybody here? You got to make sure that people are paying for y'all and me to be here. We got responsibilities. So you try to stay in the moment and not want something too much. Sometimes you can want something too much and get in your own way. I know that nobody's going to out-want to us, but our curiosity is always satisfied, and it doesn't always mean you like the results, but you really, you got to stay in the process. Unfortunately, this time of year, it's all about the results.
All the way on the right aisle, George.
Buck, Ned said that being up 2-0.
Who?
Yost said being up 2-0 influenced his decision, his pitching next 2 days. Did being down 0-2 influence yours?
Oh, it's something I'm aware of. It's not a complete, we have to win. All of our starting pitchers have to pitch well regardless of what order we pitch them in. I know but they've earned that luxury, so to speak, by winning the first 2 games. So he's able to do that. We're not, we're not in that position yet. No, I just know that regardless of who we pitch, it's not like we've had somebody go out there in the first 2 games and dominate them from a starting pitching standpoint where, you definitely want to get somebody back out there as soon as possible. But we also hope and think that that's always got the potential to be around the corner. I mean, if you look at all the playoffs, what's been the longest stint of anybody starting pitching? I think hasn't been, usually this time of year, starting pitching is, I think there's been periods where pitchers have, I don't want to use the word dominated, done very well, but there's been such a great concentration level this time of year that you grind so many at bats, and pitchers have a tougher time of staying out there as long. But we know a guy like Jeremy Guthrie's capable of that, as is Wei Yin. So that's what makes it fascinating to see what's going to happen.
Okay, over here on the left again.
Buck, Jay Binkley, 610 Sports. Does it surprise you at all, like the Royals, a roster which is 5 guys with any kind of postseason experience at all have played this kind of clutch?
Surprised? No. The only reason someone doesn't, same way with our team, they haven't been given the opportunity. There's some guys that are in the Hall of Fame, I'm sure, that everybody knows what they would have been, just because someone doesn't get an opportunity doesn't mean they're not capable of it. So nothing surprises me what these guys do. There's not a night goes by I don't see something on the field, go, wow, that's pretty cool. These guys are really good. And even when it hurts you, you still have the respect for, Lorenzo Cain making a great play in a clutch situation or big hit. It hurts, but you do have that very quiet respect for what it takes to do that. So I think sometimes what does that mean? In a lot of cases, it means that you were on a real good team. It doesn't necessarily mean that you were a part of it. If you've got a lot of experience, what does experience really mean?
Dan?
Well, this is kind of a bit of a follow-up to George's question about the 0-2, but you've been very patient with your starting pitchers throughout the season, letting them go a little deeper when maybe if they get in trouble a little bit early. Will that have to change down 0-2? Will you have a little quicker hook?
Well, I think it already has changed some, Dan. I mean, it's a difference, and they know that. They don't. I mean, if I'd taken some of them out the first 2 games like I have, we'd have probably had to have a conversation. They take a lot of pride in that, but you do so many things during the season for it to be conducive to long-term success. And now there's just a sense of urgency in that pitch, that inning, that batter, and Gonzo could start tomorrow, but we would use him in the bullpen tonight if we had to, and figure out what tomorrow brings. So we're going to do what it takes to try to win that at bat, that inning, that game, and then smoke clear, see how many bullets we got left if our powder's still dry. So, it is different, and it's already been different, and But, the problem is you have such a track record with these guys that you know that giving up a run or two, and then you see them go 6 innings without giving up one, which one's coming. Another thing is you got more bullets at your disposal that are rested and ready to pitch. That makes it, you almost got too many toys to play with sometimes.
Rich.
Buck, because it's the postseason and there's so much attention, does it make the waiting that much harder? Does it seem that much longer than a normal 2 days would be?
Of course. What about you? Yeah, it does. But I don't think anxiety comes in. It's it's like I told the guys. They earned this. They worked real hard to get this opportunity, and I love. I like Kansas City a lot. I think it's one of the best towns in baseball. I really do. Just a lot. It has a lot of similarities to Baltimore. But it seems like we've been there a while. But we're hoping to stay here, tonight and 2 more days. So I'm sure they'll have something to say about that.
Seated all the way in the back against the wall.
Danny Clinkscale, Sports Radio 810 WHB.
Where's that coming from?
All the way.
Right here. Yes. You mentioned maybe guys trying to do too much or wanting something too much. Is there anything you maybe say to your hitters or anything like that that you've noticed yet?
No. You can't. I'm not taking that want to from them. Adam Jones. Everybody, what comes first? You want them to be, what's the Lady Doris Day that sang Que Sera, Sera? We don't live in that world. It's important to our fans, important to a lot of people. I tell them all the time, if we're playing the Nationals in spring training or the Yankees, and the fans think that's important and they put it on a different scale, then it should be important to you. That's really the barometer. So you can't take that away. You can't make somebody want something less, but just try to stay focused on the things that really are separators. There's such a fine line in all these teams this time of year, and that's what makes it intriguing for people that watch it and cover it and whatever, because it can turn on one play, and then we can sit there and triple analyze it afterwards and talk about it for days.